Thank you so much. There you go. Thank you. Why do you always have to alienate everybody?
I think I'm going to throw up.
Trump!
Yeah, well, I don't want you guys spreading your ectoplasmic muck all over my car seat.
Oh, ain't that a bitch? The ectoplasm's the only thing sticking enough to hold a damn car together. Look, Frank, I'm sorry about your pussy yellow piece of shit Volvo, but we ain't riding in the damn truck no more, you understand? We would like to cruise with some style, man.
You know, you guys left me high Friday night. I get to the house, nothing's happening. Couldn't believe it. Hey, Stuart, in or out, huh? You guys didn't even bang the toilet seat lid. You made me look like an asshole.
We strained our backs lifting that heavy-ass van, Frank.
Oh, yeah, who was the idiot who put the number in the guy's forehead? Wasn't fun. Start pulling your weight, guys. You're going back to the cemetery.
Yeah, well, you can pull this, Frank. I'm about to go like Jesse on your ass. I'm gonna find me some other black ghosts and then organize a march. The African American Apparition Coalition, the AAAC. And I'm gonna tell you something, Frank. It ain't nothing worse than a bunch of pissed off brothers that's already dead.
Someone help me, please. Stu, man, you gotta loosen up, man. I'm serious. Come on. Ow. Loosen up. Loosen up. Okay? You loose? All right.
Wow!
Ow. It's tight. You can play pick up sticks with your butt cheeks. Loosen up. Just pull out the line. There you go. Damn.
That fellow takes us totally for granted. And we're supposed to be his business partners. What a joke. I'm gonna straighten him out. First thing in the morning. He's dealing with a double major here. Well, no more Mr. Nice Guy. I'm gonna get rough.
You talking to me, Stuart?
No. See, Stuart, that's you. You're too soft with him. You gotta just walk up to Frank, just look him in the eye and just say, Frank, give me what I want, I'm gonna bust your ass!
What's going on, ladies and gents in Cyberland? Coming back to with another film review, and this time we're moving on to a horror film, but low-key kind of a comedy. So Frighteners. So with the Frighteners, I'm trying to think what had happened with this film. I never saw this film on television or in theaters. However, I was looking for I was looking for something different. And, you know, I saw the case at Circuit City, because I do remember I bought this movie from Circuit City. And I was just like, what is this? And I was like, I went home, did some research, it had Michael J. Fox. I didn't read the story. This is another film where I just kind of went on a whim. And then I saw Peter Jackson. I was like, oh, don't know who Peter Jackson is. And I just pretty much said, Michael J. Fox. I haven't seen a lot of films with him, and of course at this point I think he's retired. He was retired when I bought the film. And it didn't dawn on me who Peter Jackson. I was like, wait a minute, Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings Peter Jackson? I was like, okay, this is totally left field. I don't recall him ever doing horror. So I was like, it's $14. If I don't like it, I'll trash it. But I rarely have a miss with films when I buy them, and I haven't kind of read the story to an extent, or as I script. So picked it up, brought it home, and I watched it, and it was good. I really liked it. The film follows Michael J. Fox, who's supposed to be like this poltergeist, but he's really not. But he can see the dead. He can talk to the dead. He can see them. And he apparently, ever since he had an accident, which he doesn't remember fully what happened, except his wife was killed, that ever since then he's been able to see the dead. And he uses that to his advantage to try to make money off of the town. Pretty much, what's that word? Shyster. And during the film, he starts coming across people who end up having a number on their head, but he's like, I don't understand. And and the reason why it rings a bell with him is because his wife had a number on her head when she was dead, so that's been in his memory ever since. And after he sees people with the number, not too long after that, they're dead. And then the people say, oh, I had a heart attack. They all say they had a heart attack. And he's now becoming a suspect because of what's happened in the past with him. And during that process, you start to see this, pretty much the Grim Reaper starts going around killing people. But the thing of it is like, doesn't the Grim Reaper take people when it's almost time for them to go, quote unquote? And this guy's just grabbing anybody. Or this thing. And that's kind of where the film goes. The film is not really an action film, but it does have some action elements, which is pretty funny. It's a horror film because it is rated R. The language and, of course, the kill scenes make it rated R for sure. My rating for the film is a 9 out of 10 yes sirs. I loved it. It's a horror film I really enjoy because the music too. I think Danny Elfman, if I'm not mistaken, did the music. Let me see. Yes, he did. And that's the thing. The one thing I'm not the biggest Oingo Boingo fan, but the one thing I appreciate about Danny Elfman is whenever he does music for a movie, I don't care who the director is. It's always just, I love his work. Every time he does music for a film, I'm always able to point out, that sounds like Danny. It sounds like Danny. That sounds like Danny. And I love his work. I've always loved the music. Kids, I don't know what it is about, but the way he does the soundtrack for a movie, it's just very enticing for me. It draws me further into watching the film, and and I think, everybody think Danny Elfman, they'll say Batman Returns. But for me, I think my favorite soundtracks he's done has been Nightmare Before Christmas and Sleepy Hollow. Those have been my favorite soundtracks. But it was good to hear him in this again because he's a magnificent composer, and I don't think he gets a lot of credit at times when he really should. And then it's crazy because people find out about him, that they really do some more digging, they realize, oh, he was in a band Oingo Boingo. And I don't think they get enough credit. Well, hopefully, my goal one day is to review their music too, because they were, to me, and I'm not trying to go tangent, but if you didn't have Oingo Boingo, you wouldn't have The Offspring. They're very, there's a lot of, it's almost like the next generation kind of thing. They have so many elements that are very similar. So, film-wise, it was good. It didn't drag. The romance in the film gradually built, and I really liked that. It wasn't just, it just got thrown in there. It was a process. That was good. The villain, I loved that because it was a mystery thing too, thriller. The villain was surprising when you found out who it was and why. When there's situations of backtracking to what led up to this film and how it ended, that was good. I like that. And how to stop Mr. Grim Reaper, or Mrs., however you want to call it. How did they stop it? That was pretty interesting as well. So I would say if you've never seen it and just have a different not mindset, but a different approach to Peter Jackson, because the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit stuff, watch this film. It's totally something different from what I've seen him do, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. With that being said, I will catch you guys on the next one. Take care.